Hi everyone, Vladimir is here, and today I'm going to do a review of the game called Switchcars. So in Switchcars, you take a journey. However, in this case, the journey by the road also symbolizes the journey through time. By driving forward, you literally travel through the years. And it's a curious action and roguelite game that asks you to switch cars to pass different kinds of terrain to outrun the time. And, well, the cross-dimensional monsters that go after you. You have 3 car slots that you can fill with any passing car. If you press a button near a car, or a plane, or a train, or a boat, and so on, the car is added to your inventory and is usable at any time by pressing the same button again, until it is destroyed. Each level consists of multiple road lanes, and those road lanes have different terrain types like air, water, railroad, forest, and so on. So, in the end, you have to match the car type with the lane type and do it in the most efficient way possible. And you know, this is done in a really good way. A lot of vehicles are too fast, so unless you have godlike reaction, you ought to get in lots of trouble and will crash them and destroy them, and will be forced to switch and replace cars, simply due to encountering lots of obstacles. However, since lane terrain types don't change that often, and you get warned about this in advance, well, picking the path optimization is much more important than avoiding the obstacles themselves. So there's a very good strategical element which makes the gameplay accessible to people like me who aren't that great at the action games. So even if you are bad at quickly taking decisions, there's still a possibility for completing the game if you pick the route correctly and think the pickups and cars through. Speaking about the pickups, there are consumable items that can improve your car or help your character. Some cars have special abilities like nitro boost, guns that clear the way ahead of you, electrical engine, tank tracks, sled, and so on. And there's a good variety in this. There are actually more than 1,000 cars available. Some of them are recolors, but most of them feel very different indeed, because mainly there are different speeds, handling, and the weight of the cars. So if you're driving a heavy truck which is slow, well, you won't get far, but you will be able to clear some of the obstacles on the way. And another thing which caught my attention is that cars and landscapes actually depend on the game year. Since you need to travel from year 1950 to 2055, well, there are more than 100 years, and the cars change with time from retro to futuristic, and this adds a great twist to the game process and makes it much less linear. The pixel art is also very polished, and the cars are well done. Another thing is your character's grappling hook. You can actually throw this hook, rope, and attach to most passing cars or static obstacles, ensuring faster travel through the level or allowing you to get the cars that pass you by. And maybe one thing that I did not like was the controls when you try to actually grab the flying vehicles, like planes or helicopters that are in the air already, because whenever I held the up button on D-pad, the game often ignored me and went in horizontal directions towards other cars that are on the ground on my lane. So it was pretty much impossible for me to grab aerial vehicles that were in the sky already, but it's quite convenient to take the one on the ground and then lift it. But yeah, I definitely often could not figure out how to take the aerial vehicle, and controls in this regard seemed a bit unresponsive. Another thing that left a bitter aftertaste was the impossibility to effectively control your car at higher speeds, despite the game actually having very responsive controls. The speed was just too much to understand what was going on the screen, and if you have a larger screen, you definitely won't be able to figure out what's going on quickly enough. And before you start shouting "get good," I actually have to say that maneuvering through the lanes happened almost instantly, and but I do feel that you still need to have this godly reaction to notice all the small details, which is impossible, at least to me. So in the game, despite having big speeds, there are very few moments when you get to enjoy these, because you get to encounter the obstacles or other cars on your path all the time. Perhaps the game could use some sort of a slow motion bonus that would allow the player to slow the time down without losing this feeling of amazing speed, because this feeling is portrayed very good. The things get blurry, or maybe they seemed blurry because it was going so fast. But yet, this feeling of speed is done exceptionally well, but you cannot really enjoy it. Another solution would be making cars a bit more durable probably, since a lot of fast ones can't survive a head-on crash with another one. If you just rush too much, that's a sure way to defeat. But to sum it up, even if I put those minor drawbacks aside, this is otherwise a great game, and Switchcars is an amazing example of an indie roguelite game that takes this one special idea and creates a spectacular product on top of the original thought. And because of that, I can highly recommend the game to those of you who like action and fast-paced indie games. Thank you for watching. If you want to see more game reviews, check out shortgamereviews.com, and I actually have a Discord channel where I discuss new games or just show off the videos or share the bundles, the link is given below, so if you want to join me and just talk about stuff, feel free. Thank you for watching again. Vladimir is out, and have a great week. Bye.